Hello, big world. So I'm living back in the city and it's loud. Like, I have scar tissue in my brain, and so I'm used to what I'm used to, and it's just it's challenging for me to readjust to life in the city. But I think that it's kind of the next step in healing my brain. So anyway, that's just something I want to put out there that I do have scar tissue in my brain. But today I want to talk about the importance of mentors and advisors, and that it's not always comfortable or easy to say, would you be willing to mentor me? So for me, what it looks like is whenever I find somebody that is where I want to be in 5, 10, 20 years. Pipes. There's water going through the pipes. Anyway, so I will ask them, like, is it okay if I, meet you for coffee, or can I buy you a meal? And that's not always comfortable or easy. It's more easy now that I've done it a few times, but what I've found is that, like, people who are where I want to be in, 5, 10, 20 years, asking them that, they're a lot more likely to be like, you want to pick my brain, you want to use me as a sounding board, and they're like flattered by it. And so what generally happens is we'll, because I've done this a few times, we'll make a plan to go have coffee or a meal, and then they will, or I will, like, cancel as it gets closer to it. And so what I'll do is I will come up with a list of questions to email to them, and or like have a telephone conversation, but I have like a list of specific questions that I'm going to ask them. And sometimes I'll send the email and it'll be, a month or two before they respond, and that's okay. I think that it's important to have several mentors or advisors that like I feel safe with. And I think that was the part that took such a long time, was like, how do I tell who is safe and who is not safe? That took a lot of paying attention and observing my thoughts, my body sensations, and my like behaviors around people, and being able to determine, like, this person does not activate my nervous system, and this person does activate my nervous system. But the reality is that before, I couldn't tell the difference between people who activated my nervous system and who didn't activate my nervous system. And that just means, like, that fight or flight or freeze response is happening when I'm around that person. And so being able to determine who is safe and who is not safe, people that I trust, doesn't mean that they're always on the mark. Just because I feel safe with them doesn't mean that they're right 100% of the time, but that I have this sense that, like, they would never intentionally hurt me, or they wouldn't, like, have an emotional payoff for themselves. So the line kind of gets blurred when I am too close to somebody, or when I don't have that ability to determine, how does my nervous system feel with this person, the way that I do when it's like a newer person. So this is pretty, like, so health, wealth, love, and happiness, like having at least 1 to 2 mentors for each of those is kind of how I live my life. So that's my 5 minutes.